Well, hello, friends, and happy freaking Friday. It's freaking Friday. Thank God it is the weekend, and we have the Dallas Cowboys limping into Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. I don't know why they need to change that, okay? There ain't no brotherly love in Philadelphia. Let's be real here with that stuff. There ain't no brotherly love there. All right, so today, just about 20 minutes ago, Jerry Jones had another press conference, and we've had some interesting press conferences this week, okay? We literally had our defensive coordinator put hot sauce in his eye. How did that shit happen, Mike? I mean, that's when you know the year is just bad. I accidentally got hot sauce in my eye.
That's when you know you need to fire the guy. Let him go.
Well, maybe that fired him up. Fired up his eye. I got hot sauce. I got hot sauce. Then you had Jerry Jones literally tell everybody to shut up. Shut up, there's no leadership issue in the locker room. Okay? Then you got Mike McCarthy there. Somebody asks a question, you hear, good! You can't make this stuff, up. So, all ears are listening to Jerry Jones. Okay, what's going to happen today? Everybody loves drama these days. It's amazing how if the Cowboys were winning, they probably wouldn't be as much talk about the Cowboys as there is they're losing. Wouldn't you agree with that? People just love drama, and they like stirring shit up. So Jerry Jones today, and take Jerry Jones as it's Jerry Jones talking, so does it really mean anything? Says that if you're thinking that we're going to trade, like Amari Cooper or Michael Gallup, he didn't name guys, he didn't name names, but he said the core group of guys that we have, that's not going to happen. And to me, unless you could get a Herschel Walker type deal, which I don't think that's going to happen again. I don't think that's going to happen again. You don't just get rid of somebody and say, oh, I'm going to get rid of, Michael Gallup and I'm going to be able to fix the defense. You don't know that's the case. In the same way, people will say, oh, well, tank for Trevor Lawrence because, he's going to be better than Dak Prescott. Is he? Do you know for sure? Because if you do get there and you take that guy and it turns out he ends up being like Josh Rosen, and you let go a guy that was actually playing really well, and you don't spend that pick on another position, you've now screwed up a position that was working, and you didn't help one that wasn't working. That whole thing drives you crazy. And now you hear that he's tested positive for COVID. Now, the thing about COVID is this. 98% of the people will live from it. They'll live. Of that 98%, some of them will have some effects. Heart, lung, brain function. We just don't know. This shit is just new. What if, hypothetically, and I'm not hoping this for anybody, I wish we could just stop this stuff. But what if, like I was one of those ones with strep that almost killed me, what if he's one of those ones that it ends up hurting him? Long term. I still believe that Zeke Elliott has some lingering effects from his spot with COVID. That's the only thing I can look at and say, because he looked like he was really working hard, in shape and everything else, but it seems like there's something amiss there, even before Dak Prescott got hurt. Wouldn't you say so? You wouldn't agree with that? What?
Zeke Elliott's getting old.
Well, that's true, and that's
not... asked for blows last season.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. You could blame it on that all you want, but I think it's more to it than just that.
Right. Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the real question. As we go in here to play the Philadelphia Eagles, are we better off beating the Eagles or losing to the Eagles?
Beating the Eagles? I want that. I don't care if we're going to win.
You want your belt back, don't you?
I don't care about the belt. I just want to beat the Eagles. I just want to beat them at least once and then say, okay.
But see, unfortunately, though, that might be short-term gain for long-term pain. Because, see, here's what's crazy. As we sit right here, and Eastside Shirley, I don't know why you're out there pounding your chest about being a Texans fan, because your team is really screwed. Here it is, right now, you're sitting at the 4th pick, Texans. You're sitting at the 4th pick. Oh, that's right. Your number 4 pick is going to Miami because you traded for an offensive tackle. Oh, so you're going to sit there and look at the Miami Dolphins, who are actually playing a lot better than you are, take your pick and have a top 10 pick. Damn, that sucks. That really sucks, Eastside. But as we sit right here today, we're at the 8th spot for the draft, top 10 pick. The Atlanta Falcons won a game yesterday, right? You look at this, if the Cowboys end up being as bad as they've shown and end up not mixing a game, you're talking about maybe a top 5 draft pick. If we beat the Eagles and win our division, the lowest we can pick is 19th. There's a big difference between 19th and a top 10 or top 5. And with the Cowboys having as many picks as they do next year, now you're talking, let's say we get the 5th pick. If we got the 5th pick in the draft, that's a great player. And that means we got the 32nd in the 2nd round. That's almost like a 1st round pick. And maybe you take one of those 3rd round picks, because we got 2 of those, and you package up with the 2nd, and you can trade back into the 1st. Now you're talking about having 2 number 1s. So you have to weigh beating Philly, getting the belt back, and having bragging rights, but not being able to plug as many holes. Or maybe you're looking at definitely a top 10, but maybe you're looking at a top 5 draft pick where you can really make some moves next year and get rid of some of these guys that you question. You don't agree with that, do you?
I say you go beat the Eagles.
Well,
if you don't win another game for us this season, at least you beat the Eagles and make yourself feel good this season.
Yeah, well,
I don't think tank is the answer.
I'm not saying that you're doing it intentionally, but in the grand scheme of things, even if we beat the Eagles, even if we, Ben DiNucci ends up playing, and you realize, say, okay, Ben DiNucci is now our backup quarterback. We let Andy Dalton go in the offseason. We get Dak Prescott back, and we got the quarterback situation taken care of. Because Ben DiNucci is literally getting chump change, okay? He's literally getting paid nothing. I mean, he's getting paid worse than Dak Prescott was, and Dak Prescott was truly chump change. So ideally, this is a great situation for the Cowboys that Ben DiNucci shows, okay, he's got some promise. And I'm going to have more on this later, but see, people will say, oh, man, this dude, he ain't nobody. JMU, that ain't one of the big schools. But here's what's funny. When you think about Carson Wentz, North Dakota and JMU were playing in the national championship for Division I AA. So Carson Wentz came from the same division. And later today, I'm going to do a comparison of Carson Wentz's numbers at North Dakota State and JMU. It might be surprising to find out how those two compare, So you never know what you get until a guy has an opportunity. Nobody thought Tony Romo was anything. Excuse me. And he was undrafted. And look what he ended up doing in his career. But I know, here we go. But you know what's going to happen. Ben DiNucci will come in and play, and they'll say, man, screw Dak Prescott. We got Ben DiNucci, man. Let him walk. That's what the haters, I know. I see it now. I see it right now. Oh, well. I'm Mark Holmes with
Mike Matthew Fitness.
And as always, we're trying to get the work done. But I'll see you tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern for our live stream. And we'll see if we can get it lively. I'll see you soon.